Hello, everybody. Welcome in. We're here. Blue Jays up against Paloma Need Org. I believe they've got one now. It's called Permitta, so it is going to get a bit confusing while they get everything streamlined, of course. It is the way it goes from time to time. I am here with Tea Time once again. He's not gone anywhere. And we are looking at the pistol here, my friends. It seems to be a bit of an A fake out. They're going to go charging in into the Julies. Ooh, the flash is pretty perfect. This looks so weird, and then the bomb is not here. Oh my goodness. They're just getting absolutely mowed down. I think they've just dropped the bomb carrier over on the opposite side of the map. And yeah, I don't know about you, mate. I'm not quite sure what the logic is with that pistol.
You guys go A, I go B?
Yep, the matchmaking classic. It doesn't really work if your A players just die instantly. And then you can go, the bomb's not here.
So Scrib, I feel like you might have I think you might have a future in coaching, Scrib.
You reckon?
Yeah. Because, like, that, if you told them that before the round started, that could have really changed things around for them.
Definitely seems like they need to go back to the workshop with that one, to be honest.
Indeed. Well, if they're going to be sent back to the workshop, it will be from some bullets from Blue Jays, who've managed to make this as clean of a round as can be. Some great stuff from them as we start off with everyone on 0 deaths, I do believe. Man, it really makes you appreciate how much better looking the ESL HUD is when you cast with GoTV, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, to be fair. It does, to be fair. Just to kind of, elephant in the room or whatever. For some reason, not quite sure why, but the Paloma boys are a little bit bugged. And on the ESL HUD, it just says Paloma 5 times. So that would make our job very hard to know who's who and who's going where and whatnot. So, yeah, we're just using the default one for today. Taking it back, legacy style, classic style for those of you out there that maybe don't remember what it looks like. This is indeed what it looks like, and I don't know. It definitely has improved. It used to be dreadful, but the panorama update made it a lot better.
Indeed.
Danny gonna find the first bomb going down here. A bad little situation they find themselves in 4v5.
Kit is waiting for anyone to get it aggressive from the Paloma side. Problem is that he won't be able to find that initial duel. Traded out. It's Styles to come through with a double. There is still Laner in the back of the bomb site, but it's all down to what is this guy's name?
I mean, I don't know. Don't throw that off to me.
I'm just calling him Paloma. That's
winning,
what it is.
Though. He's
Paloma is going in for this 1v3.
He's won.
No. He has won the round, but dude, I'm sorry. That just demolished any chance I had of casting that 1v3. Like, it's a great round, but 6xDXP9.
I'm sure this is, so we used to get this back in the day, didn't we, where it was like players would come in with their ESEA names and they'd be like totally different, and it's like, which player is this? You got to work it out. But I think that's the thing. We look on HLTV before, you make sure you're all good. It's like, right, how are we going to say this one? A little bit of a duo dynamic, make sure we're at least on the same page. You might not get the pronunciation right. But then when you get in game and it's completely different, and like you've just done there, it's the 1v3, you have a little look at the HUD, make sure you got the name, you're ready to go.
I think this is Olim. Okay, that's Olim.
Yeah, it's got to be my process elimination. Yeah, a clean entry. Dealt with quickly. Chaos over on the B-bomb side. Nearly 3 coming in for Exxon. Looking pretty damn good here. It is, again, a messy retake, to be honest. SNX, the only one left versus 2. There is a kit available for Danny. They know where he's at with that smoke as well. I think that tells me that they have a bit of an idea. He's over towards that cave area. Orp watching, Kit get on the bomb. Should be a nice, simple finish here. And unfortunately, SNX, not an awful lot that he can do. He's banking on the fact that maybe they weren't going for the hold, but of course, they are. And that will be Blue Jays finding another.
It's also not really good signs for them when you consider that they lost down the previous one with obviously no players kept forward. So CTs who've got money to spare will be A-okay with their losses. Paloma, on the other hand, will be less so. Good entry from Olim to start things out on the B-bomb set, but chain of events after that doesn't really work out for them. Trade's not really there. Utility does land in time, but Blue Jays is able to work in and out of it. And look, we talked a lot about Paloma/Permitta before the match started, but Blue Jays obviously second place the last ECL season for Europe. Narrowly missing out, winning it, and making their way into the Pro League Conference. I'm sure they're heading into this one with the hope of rectifying that previous mistake.
Yeah, and you get to a point, don't you, towards the end of the season and you don't win it. I think they kind of go, we should have won that. We could have won that. Let's up our game, and it gives you, you know, a little bit of a fire in your belly, I think, to get the next season rolling and get it in your favor, prove that you are consistent, that you can indeed win it. So a team like Permitta here shouldn't really give you any challenge. Let's not beat around the bush. If you are hoping to win ECL this season, like you said, the top of Advanced, they can often be good players. Maybe they'll get in towards playoffs, but if you want to be a clear favorite, you can't be dropping the match to these guys. Now, as I've been saying this as though the round is seeming over, we had a flank and everything. They've actually managed to find a couple of kills and open the round back up. Where they find these kills, it's so far back into T-spawn that it doesn't really give the Blue Jays defenders a full idea of where they're going. So they're playing off of that, obviously, and they can maybe pull a little switcheroo.
It all comes down to Styles and what he can actually get done here with 20 seconds left and no smokes, no utility on either side really, but it matters a lot more for the rather for the T's. Styles could just stop these guys from crossing over while the bomb is being planted. It's covered off by Casey. Styles moves forward, catches out laner in the back. Not quite sure what's going on there, but he was more concerned about a donut player, expecting the CT1 to have pushed in if it was going to be there where it was a solitary CT positioned, and the 1v3 just doesn't work out for him. Good for the first trade. It out immediately kicks and take it back, and Blue Jays will once again keep 2 players alive.
Yeah, I'd argue not really ideal, right? 3 kills and a bomb plant, that's like the magic round, I guess. When you're on a half buy, that's what you're looking for. When you've invested into a hero AK, you want a return on that investment. And that is what Paloma pick up there, which I think they'll be pretty happy with that, to be honest with you. You know, make it a bit challenging and maybe get Blue Jays to respect them a bit. We'll see whether it has that effect, but you do sort of wake up a little bit and be like, oh, okay, we won the round, but it should have been way easier than that. We had that one in the bag, and then all of a sudden they've got 3 kills and an injection of cash. So we'll see another rifle round coming in here. Set up towards A. An A-sided default. It's not the most common thing that you see on Ancient, to be honest, and you can see why. There's a lot of map control and information being gained by the CTs, especially over towards B.
Smoke down from Styles. Aizu on the other side is going to be able to actually find the gap in it and finish him off. That's a big frag to find. Styles has been an incredibly influential player for the Blue Jays side so far, and now what looks like a mid-retake with 1 player to go exploring was going to combine up with the A side hit to pressure the donut fellows.
Contact A. I was going to say, this is just a classic, to be fair, T-Time. The Contact A is just very common.
Oh, with the auto.
Not really ready. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Does he need to face there? They're already a man down, and they're just going to save from that.
Sasanita is also one of those players that's been very hyped up from the Blue Jays side. He was one of the top performers going into the previous season and had a lot of incredibly impressive moments that allowed them to get to top 2 in the first place. Nice shot from Kixon to keep the T-side economy honest as can be. Of course, a reminder to everyone, this is Paloma's map pick.
Always good to bear in mind, yeah. It's also a map for Blue Jays on the inverse of that they really don't like. So it comes up as definitely a punish pick. It's not necessarily the favorite of Paloma, I'd even argue. Maybe you could say Mirage, which we've got coming up next, would be the favorite. But it's up there, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's like their best map.
Like, if it's a map you're feeling comfortable picking into Bad News Eagles, which, you know, I think Ancient is by far Bad News Eagles' best map, picking it into them probably means you want to play it. And obviously that is a series that Paloma had to play to get here. That's a series that they were able to win out, maybe a bit surprisingly so.
Always good to have the fill-in. But yeah, I don't know. It's I think certainly they've looked at the way Blue Jays pan out. They got that permaban, and then this is sort of the next obvious map that you'd want to move towards to try and punish them. But it's always difficult, especially in the online sphere. They're playing so many games. Is that the wise move? Speaking of wise moves, down ramp here. Contact in. Smoke comes round. Oh, God, that is not pretty at all. Going to come away with 2 on that T side. Great little contact flash as well. Aid Kit will manage to find 1 and drop back. They have to be careful with how they play this. The AWP could take over. He gets a smoke out, and he's traded instantly. Still manages to find 2 and make this round doable, though. Look at the HPs here. Certainly a well-placed spray could end the round here and now. However, very smartly, Danny can't get in. He's not smoked off. He has to take a risky cross, and that's denied him the chance to spray through said smoke and find said kills. However, Sasanito, big catch onto Olim in all his glory. Now it looks very doable. 2 versus 2. Nice wrap around here from SNX. I'm a big fan of this. I think he's going to get the drop on this player. Absolutely brilliant move. And now just Sasanito up against 2. And they are, you know, just diametrically different positions here. No time. And he will go down as soon as he peeks into that AWP. Very well recovered from Paloma, because I could have seen them losing that one.
No kit would have made it difficult anyway, but the aggression from Blue Jays doesn't really find anything. Just being completely punished. It seemed a little bit of a questionable decision to be swinging out before the smoke had bloomed. That opened them up to 3 different players at the same time. And look, whenever you're opening up to 3 players, there is generally only one conclusion from that, and that is, well, the final conclusion. Missed Molotov in mid shouldn't matter against the USPs, but something to note for later on.
Certainly surprising we don't see anything brought in here. Not a flash, not a P250. So, yeah, they're really holding off. And like I say, we saw that one round where it was the half buy, a lot of kills and the bomb plant from Paloma. I think that since then they have kind of proven to themselves that, yeah, indeed, they can actually snatch a round or a couple, and they absolutely can match up against Blue Jays here. So, like I said, very quickly, respect has got to be given. Dodgy flash from Sasanito. They did well to even get 1. When you've not invested anything, just taking a gun away is you know, super valuable. So they'll be happy with that, but ultimately, you know, goes the way that you would expect.
And now with the equalizer, you can see Blue Jays still very poor money, no kits at all, and at least unless Danny chooses to buy into one, which I highly doubt he will. And only 3 incendiaries means that going for the double molly mid for the contest from the CT side becomes nearly impossible. And when they do actually go for it, they need to find some kills. It's Olim to end up falling initially. Danny doubles up, he's got 2. Right back to mid. I don't even know if they spotted out Sasanito yet. The fact that there's no one on the A bomb site will not be checked and found out. And it is going to be continued aggression where Styles can just run down B ramp and anyone on it.
Yeah, I was going to say, Casey is getting flanked out, doesn't really realize it. Before I even get the words out, it's finished. And there's you dominating round. Blue Jays right back to it. Figured things out, playing aggressive. And I think there is a bit of air about them where it's like, individually, they are better in my mind. And I think they're starting to believe that they are better and playing off of that fact as well. Makes them very hard to deal with. You know, you got that kind of confidence. Can be hard to shut down.
Also just good to see them being able to find it up and pick it up for the next one as well. So much used early on, and that is accompanied by Sasanito's spray. He's got a teammate covering up from the back line as soon as the smoke's going to be dissipating. That's why you've got to be more concerned about Olim. Nice flash in the meanwhile on the B ramp, and this is still maybe looking to be a B-side hit.
Yeah, but again, so much early damage, like you say, it really is difficult to deal with. They want to go B. I think they're kind of setting in and thinking, I don't think we can safely. You know, they're stuck for ideas and they just have no presence on A at all. No presence at mid. This is the difficulty of T-side Ancient, right?
Yeah.
You generally just have to choose one area and hope that it works. Either way, winding the clock down, hoping they maybe get a catch. Sasanito going to find the prodding and poking laner. Pretty big kill and pretty big gun, of course, to be taken down. The spam, pretty solid, but Styles is boosted up. They're not expecting that at all. Impenetrable defense here once again. SNX is on his way out. Going to give it a go. Not quite sure, but the round is over.
Yeah, he's just going to be saving at this stage. no chance to go for this, and with the loss bonus now having dwindled as well, much more beneficial to just save the AK. He's got 1700 on top of it, so you know what? Even if they eco up the next round, they will be on the same page soon after, so not the biggest of deals in the world.
They're after him.
I mean, if they can get him after time, that would be massive. Well,
unlucky.
Not bad.
I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like a sportsmanship thing or whatever, but I don't know. I don't know why, you know, it's like, oh, you spot the player and it's like, whoa, try and back off. But I guess you don't want to give them the chance to take any guns away. That's, in their mind, more important. But, you know, if they could see it as many times as we have tea time, how badly it can screw that T-side economy when you've got a player just with no money after time. Quick tack. Love to see it. You don't want to say anything too prematurely on those pauses because it could turn out to be a tech pause that starts another very long evening for us. So, you know, you generally just let it play out a little bit. But
Indeed.
Hopefully we've had Paloma talk about some valuable things.
Look, if the Deagles can get some damage into the CT side, that'd be very crucial, considering Blue Jays is right on the cusp of running away with their economy. If they are given over another round or two where it is 4 players or more kept alive, this is going to be out of control.
Yeah, they've found the groove. They've really found the groove. I know that it looks a little close here, folks, of course, but these past 2-3 round wins from Blue Jays have been pretty incredible. And obviously you'd expect that to continue here, but it's a question of whether it continues into the next rifle. Contact B from Paloma. Starting to become a little bit transparent. Seeing pre-fire in. Whoa, and Styles stays alive. I thought he was going to go down just by sheer numbers there, but he found himself 3 to boot. Having a great game so far. Looking really solid on B, which is worth its weight in gold on this map. Let me tell you, if you've got a good B lockout player, it leaves that T side with very few options. And as said, Paloma, Permitta, it seems like they don't have too much in the strat book so far.
A-side head once again being lined up, and like you said, that strat book might be running dry if this is going to be the call from the beginning. The 4-1 split that didn't really do much in the pistol other than lose the bomb on the B bomb site. Might actually end up finding a pick up ahead. They're not going to be expecting this AWP to be scoped forward to temple. But Lena looks away. Worst possible time. That's exactly when Kixon was going to be moving outwards. A flashbang would have maybe made it difficult, but that's actually a deep flash. If you're playing from the left corner, I don't think you were blinded by it. I wouldn't be sure of that, but I do believe that is the case. So could have been a free kill that Laner's missed out on.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate, pretty unfortunate. Again, you know, it is just by virtue of everything that we can see, but that's the nature of the game. You never know. Saw multiple passings in the night, as they like to call them, yesterday, so maybe we'll get a bit more of that here. Oh, tag lands. That could be the demise. Nice wide peek from Casey. Don't know about sticking on that angle from Aid Kit, but nonetheless, does the damage on the tag, and the flash is beautiful. When you've got this man Styles, maybe you can take a risk or two. Great return shot from SNX, but surely the damage is done here. 3v2 on at the feet of the CT. 20 seconds to go. Kixon will make sure he gets a few extra bullets into those corpses. Nonetheless, another solid hold.
Styles has been a consistently excellent player on Blue Jays' side. I mean, 16-6 speaks for itself. As much as it does, you can still speak a bit more. He's been able to hold on to whichever side he wants to play. He actually played the A side once or twice as well earlier on, and like you said, has been a great safety net, despite Aid Kit going for an egregious repeat. That's not the kind that you ever want to see for an opera aspiring to get to tier 1, but despite that, Styles is still able to get it done. Danny, in the meanwhile, good first shot, but he hasn't realized there's a player on his side. It's Isu will be trading out as Aid Kit to be Refacing back into things. Another peek gives him the quick frag, and doesn't need those here to finish it all off.
Too easy. Too easy, man. Yeah, starting to really wind up now, I think. I'd argue Paloma even did well for 4, but very quickly they've just run out of ideas, as we said a little bit earlier, and it seems now it's really draining. Blue Jays have got that walking on water confidence, mate. Anything is working. And every now and then, maybe a player will get overconfident, give their life away. But for the most part, the team is able to keep it together and put their money where the mouth is. You know what I mean? That confidence is no good if you just keep falling flat on your face. Either way, another attempt. They're going to go for a quick B play this time around. It might just work. I mean, only one player directly on the site itself in the form of Styles. They're everywhere right now. Oh, and he's going to get overwhelmed. Lane has found Sassanito on the flank as well. This looks like a good round for Paloma. Only 3 more to get through. They'll certainly stick around. They've got plenty of cash. But yeah, trapped, caught in the bad setup there. Both B defenders were miles away from each other. Kickstand frustrated, nowhere to go, no way to get in. Sorp is slowly but surely tracking him down. So he'll keep his eyes on that doorway, or will he, of course, look away at the worst possible time. 8 kit with 1 and a second, but round's not going to happen for him. Can't even make it away. That'll be the 5th for Paloma. They have saved disaster, let's say, and they might even be able to get themselves a respectable scoreline.
Great round from KCO coming out of there, helped them out in such a crucial time. Styles could have been a destroying factor. The fact that he had already realized KCO had hightailed it to the right side of B. He's generally expecting a back B side hit over there, but because Styles' position was given up as he moved back in, KCO was able to get a great timing to actually take him down from the side without having to take him on head-to-head. It is just incredibly important what he's able to accomplish, but they still need to try and fight for 6 here.
Small contact flash out on towards A, but of course there's nobody pushing out, so expecting an overface. It's like a semi-fake, you know? They've thrown the flash. It must just be a bit of a fake. I'll go walking out, but Blue Jays pretty patient here. Really playing that solid thinking game. Always ready for a fight. Especially Danny. Now, the question for us, as the bomb moves over, is it going to be an A hit, in fact? And the answer is yes. Danny trying to get that timing on the peaks, and he does. Finds the first. Trade is not there. Flash comes around, and now the chaos begins. The AWP can't find it. Starting to give away the game, though, that A might be the point of destination. Player in towards middle. Gonna catch off the one in Donut. Another one at CT, but he gets taken down by the fully blind Kickstand. Big frag. Big frag from ISO. Great round from him so far. Down goes the enemy AWP, though. 3 versus 2. Bomb plant attempted. Kixon could deny here. No one watching for it. Not going to go too wide, but he does get the planter, leaving it down to just 9 HP. ISO not going to happen. And there you have it. The conclusion of the half. 10-5. A great defense from Blue Jays, it has to be said. But Paloma do well to find 5. We'll see whether their CT side looks as good as the Blue Jays.
The rain
Hello, lovely people. Welcome back. 10-5 at the turn of the half. As simple and easy as it gets, but a great run from Blue Jays, especially Styles. Looking really solid there on that CT defense. We'll see what their T-side's got. Not the best map for them historically, so maybe this is where it starts to falter.
Well, we'll have to see whether Sassanito can actually make history not matter any longer. He's got the Albert Einstein photo going for himself, but it's Danny to start things off. It is all the way down for Blue Jays right now. Danny trying to change that around as much as he can, but KCO still dueling in from the back of the bomb side. 2-2 with the kit present, and Lena oh so very present on the side itself as well. Great shot from Kixen, brings it back to the one-on-one. He's got a real chance here to make wonders happen. Blue Jays are not going to be able to make this too easy, but Kixen's bot time will be insufficient. KCO finishes it off. Great round from him.
Exactly as well what the defense needed, right? Get off to that solid start. Get the ball rolling, as it were. I mean, we'll see here. The buy's going to be pretty ferocious from this Blue Jays side. A lot of kills and, of course, the bomb plant as well. So you do worry a little bit. Oh, there it is, sneaking in. That Mac 10. You obviously saw at the major, you know, the old saving strats for the major. I think that was a little thing that maybe people had been pulling out in scrims, but not the officials, was the especially Heroic, right? They love the double Mac 10s. But if you look, Paloma have also learned not a single player without head armor over there. They know what's up. They know that there's a good chance there's going to be SMGs here that could indeed upset you a little bit if you're not careful.
Linus up and try and take that first peek. The scout on the other side, things can get dangerous, but Danny's a man of danger himself. Killed at the back of B bomb side. This might be their cue to turn back and be reminded of the bomb and spawn, but Danny's second kill is going to start rotating players back over to B. If he can keep getting entries like this, Blue Jays, well, they can have a grand old time.
Ooh, you were saying, I mean, Lena nearly kind of ended the fun there. Nice pickup coming in from Olive. The smoke is way off. He nearly finds a couple. This is so damn close. I mean, if Danny goes down there, 2v2 was way doable. That 1 HP is everything, to be honest. 1 versus 3 looks a hell of a lot scarier here for KC. Coming up behind, should be able to drop. Oh, what the hell? Your players depending on the timing. No, can't get it. That's awkward. They were all so damn low, but Blue Jay's going to come away with the force buy, and this again rolls back to that individuality of this team coming out on top.
Hey, Danny's 18-8. If he's getting entry kills like he is right now, then I'm more than happy to let them force buy and give him an AK every single time he wants. This is just some great stuff coming out from them. This is also where Paloma, if you keep taking on these head-to-head duels without trying to go for some flash peak aggressions, then you're going to end up feeling like you're very, very sad Palomas.
What is a Paloma?
I don't know, but it does sound like it's like a very small pancake and would look very sad.
I was thinking maybe like a flower. Maybe. I know there's oh, I see. Apparently it's a drink. Hailing from Mexico.
Interesting.
Very interesting. I'll have to check that one out first.
Mexico might have some great drinks, but they've got some terrible Counter-Strike, so I don't know why you'd want to call yourself that.
Okay, unlucky. Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely a name as well. There's a couple music artists, I think, in the UK that are named Paloma. Quite a pretty name, I suppose. But either way, it rolls off quite well. That's what we like. Blue Jay also rolls pretty well. Trying to get the catches here are Paloma, and I mean, they've really sandwiched these players in. Getting kind of weird out here. Styles takes a tag, drops a molly. A-Kit's just got a double on the backside. Going to make it 4 in total, in fact. But that looked like it could have been disastrous when those players just kind of pushed their way in through middle, and then all of a sudden there's like 4 players ready to go on that CT side, but they do come away with it.
While Blue Jays are running away with it, with Paloma now sitting on just USPs, of course, the force buy was always going to be a risk, but they felt like they needed to take it. I don't quite know how it would have gone, because obviously, you know, you've still only got that limited loss bonus going into this one, so you see both sides of the equation. Flashes to be forward into the Mac 10. This is going to be Kixen's dream, and the kind where you wake up guilty and happy from. course, Danny steals those kills, which is not the best.
Still going through the motions here. They look pretty comfortable, don't they? I think that the victory's not too far away, as we talked about yesterday, as it kind of continues to become something I like talking about, that force buy on the follow-up after you get force bought on yourself. You know, I understand it's a lot, guys. Bear with me. But you can see there's no AWP here. There's no kits. They are severely lacking utility, which is really important in the early stages of a round on Ancient. So Blue Jays, for my money, are in a really, really good position here. Not only in this round, that would also then set them up to just win the map. And then they've got their own map coming up next. So it is looking up daisies right now for the Blue Jays side of things. Paloma have their work cut out, I think is the light and nice way of putting it.
Like, Paloma did actually lose that on Ancient the last time they played it in the previous years. Well, so maybe there's something to be said about that. Laner moving in, doesn't realize there's another T-side player here. It is Styles, who has Houdini'd his way forward, will not be spotted out at all. Flashbang is good. Crosshair placement, rather trigger discipline. Wrong Counter-Strike term. Is also good, but he's been found out. Nice, who had been given a combo, then maybe there's a player who could have caught a timing, and now Paloma, well, they're catching some bullets.
Nice pickup coming in from Aid Kit, though. Might open the door. Needed that second. And they're making their way to bolster this B defense at the moment. Going to start to obviously give the game away as that smoke and everything comes in. Casanito's also alone. Doesn't really have anything to deal with the slant player. But his teammate is making space on A. Now, he's not alone. Olymp's on the way and ready to kind of cut things off here and now. Going to get the catch on him as well. Only 10 seconds. Not a chance, surely. You got to get the kill and the plant. I mean, it's going to be a tough one here. Nice peek comes in from Olymp. Maybe a bit risky, you might argue, but he'll find the kill. So it's all good. Big, big round from Paloma. As said, they needed that, and it will kind of keep them alive there.
I am still trying to find a way where that name becomes Olymp, and the closest I've gotten to is that if you reverse the P and the 9, right? That's kind of like imp, and the D looks kind of like an O, and I still don't have it now. Well,
I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to leave you with that one, to be honest, mate.
This is one I'm going to have to tweet out and ask what's going on with
that.
Yeah,
the Morse code deconfiguration.
Maybe it's
it's the Enigma code, mate.
Maybe it's like Unicode or something. Who knows? Players are getting smarter these days, but ISU is going to be smart about taking that duel versus Blue Jays. Every single time the Blue Jays actually try and go for that B ramp hit, they always come through with the entry kill. Some great stuff all across the board. Kixon might have been tagged up. He has been able to isolate out that donor player long enough that Danny can come through for the backstab.
Easy plant. And yeah, that's going to seal the deal on this one. Paloma, again, unfortunately, they pick up a round. They immediately get returned on. Blue Jays are just not really phased by anything at the moment. I think they're fairly confident. Coming into this series, they believed that they could win it, and they've shown it here on the server, whereas Paloma, not as much, at least on map 1. Now, as we said, Mirage comes up next. It's a favorite of Blue Jays. It's also a pretty good map for Paloma. They have a much smaller sample size, but still feel like they should be able to compete, at the very least. Speaking of competing, SNX is doing some good damage here, staying alive, keeping his M4 in hand. Might eventually go down, because they are fully committed to the hunt, but he's actually found a gap. He's away. He's got an AK. But they need the rounds. Doesn't really matter about the isolated individuals staying alive. They need some rounds on the board.
I believe there should be a tactical coming out from Paloma / Permitta. It's, of course, one of those moments where if you are trying to figure something out, it might just be about the buy and maybe even about what to do in the next game at this stage. It's going to be very difficult to bring things back from this one. But look, the one thing you have to keep in mind is it will at the very least have the requisite amount of rifles to go for some sort of flash plays and get aggressive with the MP9s. And then maybe the rifles can clean up a 3v3 or something like that. So they're not out of it yet, but it's going to be a difficult round for them for sure. And if you lose this one, well, you can say goodbye to the next.
Here we go then. Pressure is constantly on this Paloma team at the moment. They really have not had any chance to catch a breath. The respite in the pause, but is it really? You know, you have to dread what is to come. Oh, the response is going to be nice idea from ISO, right? A lot of players will just rotate the nades out there. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for him. Flash wasn't quite good enough, etc. So, going to fall south, but the push that we've got in from Olymp has come up big. Danny and SNX trading kills. The B-bomb site's gone down. Big one from AidKit to give them the man advantage here. And of course, these remaining two players are pretty damn low. Not expecting both of them from behind, but the AWP should be able to deal, he says. AidKit can't quite find the hit. Nade with some massive damage onto the already unhealthy SNX. Mollied out as well. Yeah, they're on their way out. It sucks, but there's no way you win this. No way at this level of the game that you win a round like that. And they will just have to concede it. 8 in a row going to be required here from Paloma to take us to overtime then.
Danny's just so good on these entries, man. It is unreal to me. AidKit, I haven't seen an AWP this aggressive in a long time, and it's always fun to see. But the fact that he's actually peeking into the 2 CT players while there is a Molotov down in a 3 versus 2 is kind of insane.
Whole thing feels a little bit insane to me, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know. Blue Jays seem to have this 6th gear. Sometimes they kind of, you know, lose out, they get timed on, or an individual kind of pops off, but they're always able to respond, it feels like, in this game in the T side. Although short, in a sense, right? Because obviously we have a lot picked up off the back of the pistol. It still feels like they've been, again, pretty dominating. The rounds, when it comes off, the rounds that they win are super, super clean.
Preview over here, indeed. MP5, so it's a silent killer as well. It's the one where you're just thinking, what gun is that? The second you hear it being shot out. And you might actually get another. The one. These are some strange angle clearing protocols coming out from the Blue Jays side right now. Surprising for a team that's been as prolific as it has with these entries. And while Danny might be about to get another one of those, smoke is fading. ISO turns around. Danny's got a freebie. Why not make it 2?
What is going on? Another string of kills nearly comes in for Kixan, man. Another round coming in here, though. The double face nearly ends in a double kill for Casey. Oh, my goodness. It's all over the place right now. Bomb is going to go down, and it's Olive to stand between Blue Jays and victory, and he just gets the easy drop in the end. Going to look to pick up all that util, and, of course, retrieve the AWP.
I want to just quickly point out the fact that this was a 1 versus 1 ending, Scriv, and despite that, there were 3 kills that Paloma found where Blue Jays did not have a player looking at the one they were killed by. And it is still a 1-on-1.
Yeah, I mean, difficult kind of turnaround. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Again, I think it comes down to the individuals, right? Just being a little bit of a level above, maybe even a couple levels above on the Blue Jays side. So, yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It's very hard. But unfortunately, they just don't seem to quite be able to match up.
At the very least, some of the extra money that they're able to find through the SMG kills will be assisting them in having full M4 bot up. AidKit's AWP will not find a chance to shine as the CT player is forced off with the information given up, but a repeat from Casey is swiftly punished. AidKit is more than happy to escort him to the grave.
Ooh, misses the shot. Still lucky to be alive, but it's more and more space that they're able to take in towards Donut, and you can see confidence knocked, right? Smokes it off with a minute left. Could have kept the AWP trained on that for a couple of kills, but no, he's decided to drop that angle. Has kind of forced them away a little bit, though. Playing the guessing game. Oh, keeping them unsure. Nice utility from both sides here, you have to say. Bomb, meanwhile, going to head over towards that B-bomb site, see what Danny can find. 27 kills. Popping the hell off. Might be able to drop the AWP here if he's really on it. But nonetheless, as said, bomb going towards B. Down goes Danny. Orp now going to join them. Might get cut off here. It's actually going to be Olimp, who was watching for it, but loses the fight against Kixan. Oh, and SNX also going to fall. A double for him. He's heard the Orp. 20 seconds. They do manage to get the bomb down, finding all the kills. ISO can't stay alive. That's going to be all she wrote. And an easy victory on their opponent's map pick there from the Blue Jays. Wonderful stuff. We, of course, have Mirage still coming up in this series. So stick with us, and we'll have a bit more Counter-Strike action in a few.